The saying goes that a picture paints 1,000 words. Well, a 10-minute video has 15,000 individual pictures in it. Though, of course, in the trade, we call them frames. Now, if you need to give a demonstration of a product, a real detailed one, to a live audience, or you need to impart lots of detailed information and do it in an engaging way, there is no better medium than video for reaching millions of people on demand.
I think it was essential to use original video to cover the Fridays for Future movement. We needed to be credible, and to be credible, we had to show that we were there at the protests with the audience in every European country where we were reporting on it. On top of that, we wanted the audience to feel like this was a series they were interacting with, rather than just being a broadcaster that was barking at them. So being able to go out and speak to a young activist and then give them a platform in near real time, it sort of gave it a deeply engaging feel. There's been a lot of climate coverage by publishers and Snapchat in particular, but that original video approach really made us stand out. For a lot of trial and error, we've seen that animation and illustration just doesn't cut the same impact, which is what the majority of other publishers were doing throughout last year.
So for me, Anywhere But Westminster has always been about a place-based approach to journalism and filmmaking. So video story is really one that requires us to take the viewers to a particular place and connect them with that place, show them what it's like, develop that sense of place, and of course the people there on the ground. And it's really cutting against this kind of modern push of cost pressures and time pressures that journalists are under, and also the sort of influence of social media, the desire to be first and quick with something, taking the time to get there and build up a story and get it really right. And as such, I'd say it's also got a key role to play for me in rebuilding trust between viewers and people and the media. That gap, it's a commitment to take the time to be there, to connect with people and to bring that experience back to the viewers.
Now, there are three main skills I see that you need to create class-leading video. The first is good technical knowledge of your product that you're featuring in your video, the equipment you use to film it, and the software you edit on. You also need good creativity because you need your content to stand out in a sea of content. And thirdly, you need excellent analytical skills to see how your audience is responding to your content and do more of what works and less of what doesn't.
These days, we're asking social staff to be a lot more multifaceted than just being curators. So we expect those staff to be trained journalists, skilled in art direction and video production savvy, since there's so many different formats for them to use to match different types of stories. So Vice has a really strong legacy of documentary production, but instead I think what we need to do here was to train up our social publishing staff to be able to hit those same historically high standards and become experienced with creating social video, with live reporting, and with presenting on camera. I think the way that social platforms have matured has completely changed the definition of what a social job is in media.
So for the last 2 years working on campaign, it's been quite a difficult task to get people engaged with video with a B2B brand. So this video and this campaign really highlighted the importance of getting the social media, PR, marketing teams involved so that we could extend that reach through video assets on social media, putting ads inside our print issue. And we also had a billboard campaign that went across London to really ensure that people watched the final film and that it got the eyeballs that we thought it deserved.
For us, it's all about learning and understanding our audience, what they're talking about, what they care about, and taking the series as an example. We knew from covering Love Island to the extent that we do that mental health, body image, breakups, trolls, these are all things that are very much at the front of our audience's minds and important for us as a brand to cover. So it's really about delivering this very specific content to our audiences in a Cosmo way. We have very open communication with our PR, audience development, and marketing departments. So at the point of ideation, everything is flagged up as, this is a potential PR opportunity. This, could do really well with publicity. Or maybe this idea is a great idea, but maybe, we have audience development look at maybe changing the focus of it slightly, or just looking at particular kinds of talent so that we can reach people that are trending for that particular thing. So it's really all about looking at the data, looking at where our audiences are at the moment before we even pick up cameras. So it's very much data-driven content.